Hello, hello. Welcome back to Math Made Possible. I believe I can. I'm your current teacher, Miss Howard, and on this video series, we're going to be using the Illustrative Math Unit 4, and we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be reviewing lessons 1 through 7, but we're going to be using strategies to multiply multi-digit numbers. This is part 2 of our video series because I ran out of time with my first video. So let's pick up with our strategies to multiply multi-digit numbers. And this time we are going to begin by multiplying a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. Now, as you remember in 4th grade, you performed the area model by drawing a rectangle and partitioning your boxes according to how many digits are in that specific factor. So this one is 500. The factor is 534. We break that up into 500. We break it into 30. And we break it into 4. And now this time, instead of a single digit, we have a double digit. So we're going to break 64 into 60 and 4. Let me see if I could change colors here. Let's go ahead and change colors because I want you to be able to see something. Let me begin by first filling in our boxes. All right, what you need to understand is when you're multiplying, you have to multiply every single place value, right? So again, we're multiplying 534. So that means all of these numbers are going to be represented within these boxes. And let me show you how. So 500 is 500 is at the top. We're going to place 500 in this box. And then we're going to come down and place 500 in this box. So that represents our hundreds place. Now, this is our tens place. So let's go ahead and write our 30. And write our 30 here. And then we'll write our 4 here. And our 4 here. Now I'm going to go ahead and change colors so that you could see our next one is 64. So we break 64 into 60 and 4. And as you can see, 60 is on this left side, which means 60 is going to have to be multiplied through all of these. So we'll write 60 here and 60 here and 60 here. And down here, we have the number 4. So we're going to write the number 4 here, the number 4 here, and the number 4 here. It's similar to the previous video where we were multiplying our hundreds by a single digit. This time we have two. We have our 2 digits. We have a tens and a ones place, so we have to multiply everything through. Now let's go ahead and solve this. So as I told you all in the previous video, one of the benefits to doing it this way is you could just take out those zeros. And I have my students take out the zeros by circling them and to identify how many zeros we see in each box that will be placed in each box. So this represents 3 zeros. So our final answer for this partial product would have 3 zeros right here. But we also now have to multiply 5 times 6. And we would know that 5 times 6, well, that equals 30. So I'm still going to write the answer of 30. And my other 3 zeros are still represented there. So our partial product right here would be 30,000. Next, we have 2 zeros represented in this partial product. So since there's 2 zeros there, I'm going to write 2 zeros at the bottom. And then I'm just going to multiply 3 times 6. And I know that 3 times 6, that equals 18. Next, we have another 0 right here. So we'll put that down here. And we multiply 4 times 6, that equals 24. Hopefully you guys are seeing how easy this can be. The only thing is that you are going to have to add 6 partial products, but it should be easier for you to see you can come up with your answer. We know that again, 5 times 4 equals 20. I'm sorry, I did that really fast. We circle our 2 zeros right here, and those are represented right here. Okay, let's go to our next box. We have 1 0 represented here, and we multiply 3 times 4, and that equals 12. And we're going to multiply our 4 times 4. There's no zeros there, and that would be 16. Now, all I'm going to do now is just go through and write out all of my partial products. It doesn't matter the order that you write them in. You just have to make sure that you're representing all of the digits. Another mistake, one of the mistakes that I see that students are making is that they're not lining up their partial products neatly. So one of the strategies that I've been telling my students is start writing your partial products backwards so you can line them up with the number that is right at the top. Okay? Write your numbers neatly, because then I can see where you made your mistake, right? Your teacher can see where you made your mistake, and we can help you fix it. All right. And it's easy for you to see it, right? So you can see all these zeros right here and a 6. Well, that answer is 6. We see all of these zeros right here. 4 plus 1, that equals 5. And we can see all of our zeros right here. And then 8 plus 2, that equals 10. Now you're making a brand new thousand. So we're going to add 1 over the thousands place. So we have 2 plus 1 plus 1, that equals 4. And there's nothing else in the 10,000s place but that 3. So we just bring that down. Okay. Hopefully that's easy for you to understand, but this might not be for you. So let's go to another strategy. All right. This is called decomposing 2-digit algorithm. And a lot of my students love this method because it does not involve adding 6 partial products. This one, you're actually going to take, you're going to write 534 twice. And this time you're only going to break apart the 2-digit factor, which is 64. So 64 is broken into 60 and 4. And now we're going to multiply those. I'm going to change my color again because there's a trick that I tell my students. All right, so we take our 0 right here and automatically drop it, because we know that anything times 0 equals 0. So we don't need to multiply everything through here right here. We just drop our 0. Now we go right through with multiplying 6 times 4, and we know that 6 times 4 equals 24. 2 goes at the top, so that's a brand new 10. The 4 is dropped. Now 6 times 3, that equals 18. Plus 2, add my plus sign. Plus 2, that equals 20. And again, we made we made 2 more hundreds. And we know that 5 times 6 equals 30 plus 2 equals 32. So I'm just going to rewrite my number right here, 32,040. And we go through and multiply this one. We know that 4 times 4 equals 16. And we make a brand new group of 10. 3 times 4 equals 12 plus 1 equals 13. Make a brand new group of 100. And 5 times 4 equals 20 plus 1 equals 21. And now again, write backwards so that you can be able to line up your numbers. Don't write something like this. This is what I've seen students do, right? And they wrote all the numbers great, but they didn't line up their place values accurately. All right. So let's go through again. Start with the ones place and write backwards. 6, 3, 1, 2. Always double check that you're copying the correct numbers from the left side over to the right side. All right. And we have 0 plus 6, that equals 6. 4 plus 3 equals 7. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 2 plus 2 equals 4. And bring down our 3. And don't forget to put your comma to represent your thousands, going into your thousands place. All right. Hopefully this strategy is helping. But again, I have more in store. So if you don't like even this one, so you have the area model and you have decomposing it by 2 digits. Let's try a different one. All right. Now this is single line decomposing. I do have some students who like this one as well. You did see me do this in the previous video where we were multiplying. All you're doing is identifying each place value. Okay. So let's begin. We're going to start with our ones place. So we're going to multiply our ones times our ones. And that would be 4 times 4. And we know that 4 times 4, that equals 16. Then we multiply. This is going to overlap, guys. Then we're going to multiply our ones times our tens. And that would be 4 times our 30. And again, we're going to write our 0. There's 1 0 right here. So we're going to write our 0. And we know that 4 times 3 equals 12. We're writing backwards, so we can make our work neat. Next one is our ones place times our hundreds place, and that would be 4 times 500. Okay, again, you should be able to see there's 2 zeros right here. So that's 1, 2, and 4 times 5, well, that equals 20. So I'm going to write 20 backwards so I can make sure that I don't mistakenly write our 2 under the hundreds place. Our next one, now we're going to move from our ones place into our tens place. So we have our tens place times our ones place, and that would be 60 times 4. Again, there's 1 0 right there, right? So we're going to write that. And then we know that 6 times 4, well, that equals 24. And then we're going to write our tens times our tens. That would be 60 times 30. Again, there's 2 zeros right here. So we write backwards to make sure everything is lined up. We have 1, 2, and we know that 6 times 3 equals 18. Now we're going to do our last place value, which would be our tens times our hundreds. And that would be 60 times 500. And again, we see 1, 2, 3 zeros. So let's go ahead and write that. 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then we know that 5 times 6 equals 30. So we'll write another 0. I'm going to have to write my answer over here because I shouldn't have come down so far. So our answer would be, let's see, can I write it? Let's see, we have a 6 right here. We have 1 plus 2 plus 4. That would be 6, 7. Oh, Lord, I can hear it already. 6, 7. Okay, 8 plus 2 equals 10. plus one more equals 11. So the one goes at the bottom and the other one goes right here at the top. Let's make sure that's our pen is working. All right. And 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4. And then bring down our 3. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Okay, I'm actually going to do one more, and that's the regular standard algorithm. All right, and we'll write 534. I hope my video doesn't cut off. 534 times 64. 4 times 4, that equals 16. We make a brand new group of 10. 3 times 4 equals 12, plus that new one. So that would be 13. We'll make a brand new group of 100. And 5 times 4 equals 20, plus 1 equals 21. And then we'll do 6 times, or we'll have our placeholder 0, because now we're in the tens place. So 6 times 4, well, we're making a brand new group, right? So that would be plus 24. Our 4 gets dropped to the bottom, and our 2 is a brand new group of 10. 6 times 3 equals 18, plus 2, 19, 20. And 6 times 5 equals 30, plus 2 equals 32. And now we add, that would be 6. It would be 7. It would be 1, 4, and 3. Okay, so our final answer would be 34,176. Okay, hopefully this helped you guys. Um, if you have any questions, go ahead and talk to your teacher. There is one more strategy that I'm going to teach, but I'll show this to my students in class. That's where you break everything apart instead of making it one long line. But we'll talk about it in class. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you have not done so already, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can see when I post new videos. Thank you so much, guys, and good luck on your tests. Take care.